you could soon be paying more for electricity, the changes that could be coming to your power bill. This is not what anyone expects to see when you're just hanging out by the pool. The man who encountered this bobcat said he wasn't scared, how he says he felt instead. Hello, everyone. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Robin Winston. The California Utilities Commission is voting on a plan that could change the way you pay for power in a pretty big way. They're looking at cutting the price of the power you actually use from 7 cents per kilowatt hour to 5 cents. But they would also tack on a $24 fixed monthly charge for the privilege to use that electricity in the first place. The reason behind the plan? To lessen the burden on many low-income residents in high-use areas like the Central Valley, where air conditioners run more often on steamy summer days. But critics say it would essentially amount to a rate hike for people who already use little electricity.
The high fixed charge is going to incentivize energy waste. It's going to discourage energy conservation, efficiency, and rooftop solar.
People who rent apartments, people who are in smaller units, people in urban areas where usually the footprint of the house is smaller are going to pay more.
Many households could wind up paying about $300 more every year. The fixed charge would not impact customers of the LA Department of Water and Power. It's time to check in with meteorologist Belinda Leon tracking your forecast.
Hi, everyone. Well, here's the weather setup. Currently an area of high pressure to our west and an area of low pressure to our east. And this system is expected to bring us a round of wind and even a slight chance for some rain as we finish off the work week. Let me time it out for you. By Friday morning, we're waking up to more of that May gray, maybe some areas of light rain drizzle, but gradually we'll get to the sunshine. Now, we are on the outer fringes of that system. So here we are looking at the weather on Friday afternoon around 5 p.m. That's when we may see a slight chance for some showers in the mountains. The chance continues into the early evening around the San Bernardino Mountains. At the same time, those winds are expected to pick up for our friends in the deserts. Here we are looking at those gusty conditions for Friday afternoon. Other than that, the temperatures are feeling very nice and spring-like over the weekend. A little warm up for Mother's Day, mid-70s for the basin. Temperatures continue in the 70s through next week.
A 25-year-old man is accused of killing his mother, a beloved Burbank teacher. Karen Lombardo taught kindergarten at Bret Harte Elementary School. There's a growing memorial outside the school, and people are bringing cards, flowers, and writing personal notes.
This is one of the worst days of my life. She cared so deeply about her students. She loved her children. She loved her husband. And the world is missing out on such a great human.
Burbank police say Karen and her adult son got into a fight Tuesday night, but they did not say much more than that. Kyle Lombardo is being held on $2 million bail. A stunning turn in the relationship between the United States and Israel. President Biden says the U.S. will stop shipments of weapons to Israel if the military launches a full-scale invasion of Rafah, a city in southern Gaza. Earlier this week, we learned the U.S. halted a transfer of heavy bombs to Israel, but now the president says he's willing to go even further. This major shift in policy comes as negotiations continue for a ceasefire and for the hostages to be released. More than 1 million Palestinians are sheltering in Rafah. Protests over that conflict continue at USC. This pro-Israel rally and march for peace happened in Exposition Park Wednesday night. About 200 people, some students and others with connection to USC, took part. They say they are disturbed by the rising tensions they've seen over the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza, not just here at USC, but on campuses all across the U.S. The Academic Senate at USC voted to censure the president and provost. The group says President Carol Folt and Provost Andrew Guzman mishandled the event surrounding commencement. The Academic Senate is calling for a task force to investigate school administrators regarding the issue. We're also learning more about what UCLA police found after dozens of people swarmed a parking structure in a protest and sit-in earlier this week. So just take a look at some of these photos. Campus police found metal pipes, glue, padlocks, and documents encouraging violence and vandalism. They say there were calls for a building occupation at Moore Hall on social media involving anywhere between 40 to 60 people. The disturbance impacted midterm exams as students resumed classes on campus. 42 people were taken into custody, most on charges of conspiracy to commit a crime. Shohei Otani's former interpreter has agreed to plead guilty to bank and tax fraud charges. Under the agreement, Ippei Mizuhara could face up to 30 years in federal prison. Federal prosecutors say while he worked as Otani's interpreter, he also served as his de facto manager. They say Mizuhara impersonated Otani at least 24 times over 3 years, deceived bank employees, and stole nearly $17 million. In a statement, U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada says the extent of this defendant's deception and theft is massive. He took advantage of his position of trust to take advantage of Mr. Otani and fuel a dangerous gambling habit. Mizuhara's arraignment is scheduled for Tuesday. The I-Team hears a lot of complaints about contractors, and many of us know to, just be careful when hiring someone, right? That's why a couple from Bellflower decided to hire a big home improvement chain to handle their project. But they found themselves stuck in a renovation runaround and reached out to the I-Team for help.
They say the kitchen is the heart of the home, so when Mike and Ada Simpfendorfer decided to remodel theirs, they went all in.
We had saved up money to be able to do a good, solid, first-class kitchen remodel.
The couple hired Lowe's, the home improvement giant, to do the $60,000 job.
Well, they're a big company. You would think big company, they're going to make sure they do what they need to do. They're going to do it right.
Work got underway, but several weeks in, a problem.
We got ghosted.
The couple says the workers stopped showing up, even though the job wasn't done. An oven wasn't installed, wiring for a second oven wasn't complete, and the electrical work under the sink was a mess.
Hello? We sent emails, phone calls, ghosted. No response.
And the worst part? Mike and Ada paid the entire cost of the job, $60,000 up front.
You have a contract. You failed to fulfill your contract.
The State Contractors License Board has always told the I-Team contractors are limited as to how much money they can collect up front, just 10% of the cost of the project or $1,000, whichever is less. And then moving forward, the parties should hash out a payment schedule. But the I-Team learned Lowe's doesn't have to follow these rules. The company has a $10 million bond on file with the state, allowing it to collect all money up front. In turn, that bond is supposed to protect customers if Lowe's doesn't fulfill its contract. But Mike and Ada didn't want to pursue the bond. They thought Lowe's could tie them up in a lengthy legal process.
Here's what happens when it goes wrong. Stall, delay, 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 delay. Trying to wear you down so you go away.
So they filed a complaint against Lowe's with the State Contractors License Board. The board referred the case to a state-funded arbitrator. Mike and Ada won. They were awarded $12,000. They thought this was all finally behind them, but Lowe's didn't pay up.
Lowe's is consistent. Again, ignored.
The I-Team reached out to Lowe's, and days later, Mike and Ada got a $12,000 check in the mail. In a statement to the I-Team, Lowe's said in part, "We apologize for the challenges and delays Mr. and Mrs. Simpfendorfer experienced. Customer satisfaction is always the top priority for Lowe's." Mike and Ada say the apology is too late. Lowe's has lost their business.
I feel bad what my wife went through. This was a dream of hers. And they snatched that dream and turned it into endless frustration.
There are only 21 other contractors in the state who file these big bonds and are allowed to collect so much money up front. So remember, the down payment by law should be small, and then you work out a payment schedule with your contractor. Just in time for Mother's Day, Baby to Baby announced it's expanding a pilot program that provides supply kits to new moms and families. Celebrity ambassadors Kelly Rowland, Sierra, and Olivia Wilde visited the headquarters in Culver City to pack kits with diapers, wipes, and other essential items.
Baby to Baby's initiative to combat maternal mortality is deeply personal to me, as Black mothers are more than 3 to 4 times likely due to die after childbirth. It is so infuriating and incredibly heartbreaking.
Baby to Baby has helped distribute more than 450 million items to children in need over the past 13 years. What a great program. A Waymo driverless SUV is caught on camera going the wrong way. Look at this. This happened in Tempe, Arizona last month, but we're just now seeing the video. It shows the SUV trying to turn left, but instead it appears to hesitate and then goes into oncoming traffic. NBC reached out to Waymo for comment on this video, but so far, no response. NBC's hit show The Office is getting a spinoff on Peacock, but with a newsy twist. The documentary crew that immortalized Dunder Mifflin is moving over to a struggling Midwestern newspaper. It'll focus on the dying historic newspaper while the publisher tries to revive it with volunteer reporters. We'll see how that goes. Production on the show is slated to start in July. A new mashup bundle is coming this summer. Disney and Warner Brothers Discovery are planning to offer their streaming services in a bundle. This will include Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max. The new bundle will be offered with both commercial-free and ad-supported options. Pricing has not yet been released. A Florida man got quite the surprise while relaxing by the pool this week. A bobcat just casually walked by him in Naples. You have to see this. Kevin Mario pulled out his phone and watched this bobcat stare him down as she walked by poolside. Well, he said he wasn't scared, but actually kind of excited. Mario said before he called his friend, he saw the bobcat again, but this time she had her cub with her.
You don't expect that size of cat, if you say so, but it was a skinny one. But I mean, if it stands up, it's probably as tall as you or me.
Well, when he called, I didn't think it was what it was. I was like, yeah, okay, Kev, whatever. And then he was sending the pictures, and I said, whoa, that's some serious stuff.
A biology professor says she expects more close encounters with wildlife due to more land development in South Florida. I'm happy no one was hurt, and I think the bobcat was just looking for a nice pool party, that's all. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays, 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with traffic reports throughout the morning. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.